Hello, everybody. Welcome back to my channel. This is Raw Cloud. Today is Saturday. It's a beautiful day. Um, I'm feeling quite good. The last video, I went into some things that had happened, and having to deal with, directed energy beam weapons from other groups that do not want me speaking out, and from just having, someone with a low conscience being around you all the time. Um, when you can learn to separate your mind, your body, your spirit from others that do not serve your greater good, do not enhance you in any way, you kind of learn to master to detach yourself from people that might feed off that energy. And a lot of us here have been around people like that, whether it be co-workers, whether it be family members, whether it be a spouse or someone that you're in a relationship. At some point in your life, you deal with things like that. But these type of challenges, I think God put in place so that you evolve. So I don't consider it being not necessarily, from a higher point of view, as being nefarious or bad. It's only when we become victims or play victims of that type of lesson do we not learn from it. So, and I'm all about expanding the conscience, learning from it, making myself better, and it has made me better. You can be the same way as well. You can learn from these type of experiments because they are legitimate experiments that come from a higher divine source, and these are lessons that we can incorporate uh, as we grow, as we elevate our conscience. We grow from this. Don't harvest any of that. Don't look back on it as um, something that you can be like a victim of. But anyway, what I wanted to do today, guys. Now, I want to welcome my brother Leonardo. He's a new subscriber. I talked to him briefly. He is Intorian, so I have a lot of Intorians from on this channel. So welcome, my brother Leonardo. Communicate with him. He's a young guy that is. When I read him, I didn't have the time to go into his more in-depth galactic history. I will do that later. And I will touch on briefly some of your galactic stuff because I did get those downloads, but very enhanced conscience in this young man. Um, Normally, when we awaken, it takes a long time, and by the time we reach that heightened state of awareness of who we are and where we came from, it's almost like it's like we're in our 40s, 40, sometimes 50, because it takes us a long time to awaken because of all of the interference of not allowing you have groups that you will not see that will be sent to you spiritually, but in a negative way to steer you away from your divine source. So there's a lot of distractions here in this earth realm to keep you from fully awakening. So when I find someone that is young and spiritually inclined the way that this guy is, he is very thirsty for knowledge. But everything, Leonardo, everything that you've been learning these past few years, everything that you've been learning, um, go with it with your heart open. Okay. Take your time with the information, and go with what resonates with your soul. Okay. Because it's there for a purpose. Okay. You are divinely being guided. You have your own group. The Entorians are watching over you, and you also have your spiritual tribe, like from these past lives. Family members that also have passed over are watching over you and making sure that you stay on that divine path. So what I'm telling you is just going to add to what you already know and what you already feel resonate with your soul. So all of this information is on a soul level. Like I said, you will have people that you cannot talk to, even within your own family. Never mind that. Never mind those subtle distractions. You stay on your path. Don't let anyone take you off your path, because there is a control system that have been in place long time ago, and we have been teaching. Not only it comes down from a traditional background, a tribal background of misinformation, is because we've been taught and believe this system that has already been instructed to keep us off of elevating. So some of our grandparents was brainwashed, and then they brainwashed their parents, and then our parents kind of brainwashed us. It was not intentional for that to happen, but they believed in what the government structure had told them. They believed in what these um, this society, the history of humanity. They believed that false teaching. So it wasn't done intentional that our parents and grandparents do this, but they just believed in a system that was not correct. Okay. So anyway, also, Andrea, you wanted me to touch on, now this was on Rumble. You wanted me to, read you. I'm going to do this as well, but I'm gonna go into why you have internal conflict within yourself, and I'm gonna tell you where it all started from. I'm gonna tell you exactly where it started from. Okay, so but I also too, before I end the video, I want to recap on some videos um, in the earlier beginnings, like the Sasquatch, me interfacing with the Sasquatch. I want to recap on that. The videos that you could not hear because of YouTube tampering when I first came out from behind the scenes, um, the audio was being tampered with by YouTube. They knew who I were way before I started the channel. They knew exactly who I was, and they did not want, you know, they just wanted to mess with the channel to keep people from not being able to hear. And a lot of people did not, wasn't able to hear a lot of the stuff that I was saying, because when I uploaded the video, they tampered with the audio. But anyway, I'm going to get into Leonardo, then I'll get into my Andromedan sister. She is my legitimate Andromedan sister. Um, but okay, now let's start with you, Leonardo. Now, the little bit of information that I did get was that you are Entorian. Um, the same as my brother, higher density. You know, he's Entorian. Same as my sister Deborah. She's Entorian. But what happened with you? Now, you had a scout ship, okay, and I don't know where were your other groups at, because you was in a space where I think you was just trying to obtain information, and you was encountered by the Anubis. Now, the Anubis is they come from many places, but they serve a imperial council. This is the more or less the Orion Council. They um, twine with the Orion Council. They also, but you guys are the Anubis also come from the Dog Star. These are canine beings that serve a more darker empire. Um, so you was in that space out there trying to obtain these particular bases that they were at their section, just to obtain and observe. You was there just to watch and keep your eye on it and then report back. But you was ambushed by two Anubis dogmen, and they had their own ships. And unfortunately, you were destroyed. You got killed, and you ended up here. Um, and that was the little bit of information, the Galactic side. Once I'm able to obtain a little bit more, I'll let you know. But I did want to tell you that part as well. You are Entorian, okay? Um, so for all the Entorians here, Leonardo is a new subscriber. Welcome him in, because 9 times out of 10 he is from your same tribe. He is from your tribe. Okay, now Andrea, now you are Andromeda. You already know this. Your name, Anna. Anna. Anna is your true Andromeda name. Anna is your true Andromeda name. Um, I'm gonna get a little bit deep with this information, and of course, if you listen to it and don't fight this information, because you are a fighter. Um, you resent a lot of things, Andrea. You really do. And it goes back to being on the ship. Now, I'm going to tell you a little bit about you and I. I am your brother, Andromedan brother. You resent a lot of the tasks that you had. Your obligations as a navigator, and you watched over children. You didn't have an issue as for with the children, but you just did not like the job that you had, and you it started in a conflict within yourself. Um, you resented our father. You resented certain family members because you just was not happy with. There was a lot of resentment and almost a little bit of jealousy. When I got tasked to go do these other missions off board and fight in these galactic battles, you felt like your job was a little bit mundane. You did not like it. You wanted to be out there doing what you considered the more important stuff. Um, and of course, Father needed you on board craft to do that. It wasn't that he didn't think that you were capable of. It was his concerns that he wanted to not only you to take your job serious, but he really cared about you. He really did. Deep down, he cared about you, and did not want to see you hurt. It wasn't that you wasn't incapable of doing the job, but your mind structure was a little bit different. Still the same mind structure right now. It kind of made you made yourself like the black sheep. You made yourself the pretty much mind frame with like the black sheep. It's because you do this here now. You do this here now. You don't even have to tell me anything about. Uh, you had this inner conflict. You would know and resonate with information, but for some reason, you deliberately want to fight everything. Okay, you know the truth, but you want to deliberately fight against what you already know. It's almost like being spoiled to an extent. And when I really look at it, Andrea, Anna, when I really look at it, is that you really wanted attention. And that wasn't a bad thing. Now, when I was trying to obtain more information, I was trying to see were you being steered by the dark side. Now, you could have went dark, but you did not. It was not, you were not on that level. You was never going to turn dark. It's just that you wanted to shine. You wanted to shine. You wanted that attention. You wanted that recognition. And when you did not get that, you kind of did things to like sabotage, um, not really sabotage, but to go against, even though you know it was right, it was the right thing to do. You just felt like it just wasn't right for you. And you had inner conflict with that. And you do this now. You do this now today. When you encounter information, you know that it resonates with you, but you wanna put something there to block what you already know to be true. You want there to be something other than the truth because you just like to fight against everything instead of accepting. And I think that's what it was too. Since you have that warrior mentality, it's just you didn't nurture it right. You kind of turned it inside out, and it gave you inner conflict with everything. Um, you just wanted to shine. You wanted to be validated. You wanted others to validate you. You wanted to feel important, and you were. You are important. What I can say, Andrea, um, it's time to let a lot of things go. Whether you remember your Andromeda inside, a lot of that stuff stirred right there because of you did not get to shine in the way that you wanted to be recognized in. You felt like the things that you were doing was just not important and it wasn't what you wanted. And you still do this today. You still do this today as a human being. Um, you want to feel important. You are important. I think you just don't get the praise that you really desire. You want that praise. Um, you're gonna have to find ways to deal with that inner conflict. And I hope by me, letting you know this is that you can begin to work on that because as we get older, if you don't deal with that, it does not get any better. And when you get ready to leave this world, when you get ready to leave this world, it's going to be too heavy for you to travel. Okay. And you may find yourself going somewhere else to heal from that, but you may incarnate in, because you have to heal from that alone. You have to. You cannot move on to the next level without letting a lot of heavy things go. um, you are who you are, and you are a perfect being that's here to experience things. Do not let lessons of inner conflict hold you back. You have to heal from that inner conflict that you have within yourself. But you know this stuff. You know what resonates. And to stay heart centered with it, you're gonna have to stay heart centered with it. Anyway, let me get on to the Sasquatch. Now, when I first interfaced with the Sasquatch, it did not happen at first. My mind, my conscience, it traveled to a place far away, up into the mountains, and this place was like snowy hills. It had a ski resort. It had a small plaza, a town where people went to shop. And I ended up going inside this resort type store where you can buy gear for that type of area. And there was several people in there. And I think what they was trying to do, I saw some of them trying to shoplift, wasn't interested in obtaining that information. I think from a higher perspective, I came there for a reason, and it was to interface with this particular being. So my conscience went out of that store, went up into the mountains where I was drawn to this particular Sasquatch. So as I encountered the Sasquatch, I interfaced mind to mind with the Sasquatch. It was like I went into his body, went into his mind, and became like just like on the side of his conscience and observing, did not take over, just wanted to observe from the inside to see what this being was about. So this being, now, he was interested, very curious of the town and the town people. So he was looking down from this mountain, this slope, um, and did not want to really come any closer, just very curious about the human activity. And so when I'm in this Sasquatch mind, I'm hearing now helicopters coming. This was the military. Now, the military approached from behind the mountain, knew exactly where he was. And the reason why they knew where he was, because a lot of the Sasquatch are tagged. They have tracking devices in them. And the reason why these Sasquatch, for the ones that do have these tracking devices in them, is that it's not to harm them. They have a specific place that they have to be in. Almost like how they had like the Indians in this their own space and did not want them to come out. It's kind of fucked up, but I understand why they have them there. Is because humans will see a creature like the Sasquatch and immediately go into fear. And we know that a lot of people, like up in the mountains, they carry guns because of bears and wolves and stuff like that to protect themselves. And if they see a creature like Bigfoot, they will get scared and they will shoot it. Okay, so it's for the protection of these Bigfoots, because they are what I consider almost like refugees here. Um, Some of them come from inner Earth. Some of them are from other planets too. They're basically here as a guest for Mother Gaia to help heal the planet. So I'm in the Sasquatch mind, and the Sasquatch kind of is in panic mode. Not really afraid, but just kind of panicking because of the helicopters. So these guys, this military, they have a special unit just for these type of beings to come out and deal with taking them back to their own section. So these guys come down on a rope, and me, I'm already in the Sasquatch mind, and to me, I don't want to go with them. I don't want to go with them, and I'm looking for a way to run away. Now, I'm on a icy slope, and I can make a mistake very quickly. Just how I was, just in the area that I was at, there's ice there. So, and I'm looking at, there's only one way, and that would have been down. Because if I go up, I'm gonna meet the military, and I'm like, okay, well, if I make a wrong step, I'm gonna fall down the mountain. I was smart enough to know, as a Sasquatch, I'm going to fall down this mountain and injure myself. So I give up. And the soldier come down, and he reaches his hand out, and I just reach up to him, and they take me up the rope. So we fly back to the military base. He did not take me to the designated place that I was supposed to. We went to a military base not too far from there. So as I go into this military camp, I noticed several soldiers, and they were not afraid of me at all. It was like this was routine to them, and they knew this particular Sasquatch. And I noticed, as I'm in this Sasquatch mind, I noticed that one of those soldiers had an injury on his arm. Not a bad injury whatsoever, but I noticed that as a Sasquatch that he was hurt. And I healed his arm instantly. So these Sasquatch, now I don't know if all of them can do it. I'm thinking that they all have this type of genetics, this type of healing modality that they have to heal plants, trees, animals, the land, and humans, that they have the ability to heal. So he healed that soldier. And I just found it to be very remarkable. Now, Sasquatch are not here to hurt any human being. They're not. So you'll find a lot of information that does not add up. And they'll talk about how Sasquatch are killing people. No, I think they're getting that confused with the canines, the specific canine beings here, and they too do have their own type of sections, but they work with the closely side the reptilians as well. It's the same type of information that Robert Morningsky talked about. And I'll try to leave a link to Robert Morningsky. Look at his information in this video for the new people, because it does resonate with the Orion and the Draco information. So anyway, I'm going to be doing these types of videos to do a recap for these earlier videos that the volume is just so low you can't really hear it. So a lot of times people just turn away from it when it is very important information for you guys. Anyway, I'm going to end that right here. I love, honor, and respect all of you guys. Hopefully the next video, I want to talk about the troll. I actually had a little fun with that one, and that was a mission for the council. Love, honor, respect all of you guys. Have a good day.